Okay, welcome to my crib where I show you solving a problem in Canvas. If you're at my Coalesce trainings, you know that we worked a lot with this extended Java Shop data set that has things like supplies in it, the cost of those supplies, whether or not they're perishable, and then this sort of sister product table that has the names of all of the products, really great puns. Shout out Winnie. I freaking love this data set. And one of the practice problems that we did was determining the percentage of perishable goods associated with each supply, or with each product, really. So this is how you would work that problem through in Canvas. I brought out these input model operators here, and inside of each one, I was able to select from the search bar the table that I wanted. I knew I needed supplies, and same deal for products, and I can preview each of them, like I just showed you, to get a sense of the data available in each one. And then when I join these, inside of this join operator here, I can pick the column that I want to join on and also select the join type. This is where node profiling at the bottom here comes in handy, because I can see for the supplies operator and the products operator, supplies operator has 65 rows and products has 10. And when I join them, our total output is 65 rows. And so that tells me, oh, okay, this join maintains the grain of the supplies table. I think that's always nice, just because I get confused with joins sometimes, I'll admit it. Cool, so I joined those tables, and then in this next one here, I added a count column because we have this column called is perishable supply, and I would prefer it if this column was just 0 if a supply is not perishable, and 1 if it is. So that way I can sum up that column, and the sum that I get is the count of perishable goods associated with each product. So that's that case when logic here. Unfortunately, I just had to write that off the top of the old noggin, but I do remember how to write case when. Then inside of this one here, we're aggregating back up. This is an aggregation operator. We're aggregating back up to the product level. So I selected product ID, name type description to aggregate up to in the group by, and then I summed that perishable supply count column that I made to get my count of perishable goods. And then I counted distinct on the supply ID to get my count of total goods associated with each product. Loving node profiling here again, because this is telling me this aggregation removes 55 rows, leaving me with 10 rows, and I can go back and say, oh, okay, cool, nice confirmation that we're back up to the product's grain here. So cool, we count those up, we can preview this operator and see, okay, great, now we have a count perishable goods column and a count total goods column. So now I can just divide the count of perishable goods by the count of total goods, and that will get me the percentage of perishable goods for each product. So we've got some 50% perishable, some only 25% perishable. Great information if you're trying to figure out if you should take the old Jaffa shop on the road. And then at the very end of this lineage here, I just did a little bit more munging around because I wanted to know the total percentage of perishable goods in my whole supply. So I decided to add up all of the perishable goods associated with each product and add up the total supply associated with each product, and then just divide those by each other to get the overall perishable percentage at 46%. You could probably argue that that wasn't the most accurate way to do it, I guess, because each of these products, there is some overlap in the supplies that they use, but I chose to do it that way because the count of supplies associated with each product, I think, should give you just like the rough proportion of what you would need. So, maybe not bulletproof, but kind of the best we got there. And at the very end here, we have our output operator that lets us name the model that will show up in Snowflake and the overall percentage there. So that's just solving a problem in DBT Canvas for you.